Hello, this is Michael Williams, and I'm very happy to be here today with one of my clients. His name is Shoaib, and I want to thank you, Shoaib, for being willing to do this because a lot of times people are not, and I understand why, but it's greatly appreciated, not just to me, but to people that are searching for resources to be able to see a real person like yourself talking about their journey. So thank you very much, Shoaib.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. And it was really like nice sessions with you. I basically, as I want to introduce myself, like I'm a banker. I work in bank in UAE. So my job is related to credit analysis. So the purpose of having these sessions with you was to overcome fear of public speaking, plus to speak smoothly. It was two main purposes.
Beautiful. Okay. So you were searching for in fact, tell us a little bit about, because I remember you told me that you had been searching and you were watching some videos and using some of the tips and techniques, and you said that they weren't as effective as you would have hoped and you needed something deeper. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, actually, the fear of public speaking or speaking in front of senior management is right. Increase your anxiety.
Mm.
Is you feel lot of things like this change in behavior. You get upset stomach. So all these things happen. So it happens to me. At when it happened to me, I was thinking that I really need to overcome this fear.
Mm.
Uh, because there are two options: either to live with the fear or to overcome it.
Mm.
So I thought I should overcome. I searched a lot of videos on YouTube. I bought one or two books as well, but that was not really helping me. And one day I was like searching on YouTube. I searched by like how to speak smoothly. So I saw your video there, and I saw your video. After that, there was below your video there was a link. I clicked on that link, so it took me to your website. Over there, there was a couple of interviews with your students. So that's how I thought that this is the basically the person to whom I was looking, and I enrolled. I feel very comfortable with you, and I learned a lot of tools to overcome these two things.
Yeah. Now, just to let people know, because we're on opposite sides of the world. I mean, literally, I think we're 12 hours apart. Now,
Yeah.
you live in the UAE?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I live in UAE.
And you're a banker, right? And one of the reasons that you were searching is because you said that you were struggling in some of your meetings. So tell us about what was happening to you in your meetings prior to our work together, and what actually prompted you to seek assistance.
Yeah. Actually, uh, presentation or speaking in front of senior management is really a tough task, and I think bit normal. Like if, especially if you're doing first or second time. If I'm speaking in front of my colleagues, in front of my peer members, I don't feel this fear,
Mm.
and because this is my comfort zone, because I know that I'm not going to be judged by these people
Mm.
and they are not going to influence my career. But one
Mm.
day there was one presentation in front of a senior, very senior management. I was there. So before presentation, I was feeling anxiety. I was feeling my legs are shaking, my stomach gets upset. All these things happen to me, and when I started delivering the speech, so my voice becomes I don't know different one, and I then shortened my speech and closed down like within a span of you say 2 3 minutes, whereas I have to speak like about 5 to 10 minutes. So that thing happened, and after that meeting, I thought that this is a basically a barrier in my career development, my personality development, and I need to overcome this fear as soon as possible. So that was the basically cause of that. And then normally when I speak in front of my management, I feel I like to speak very fast. But when you speak very fast, the smoothness goes away, your articulation goes away. So these are the drawbacks. So
Yeah.
you need someone to tell you, because if you read books, some you find these things even in books, but there's a difference reading the books and having sessions with someone.
Yeah.
So it really makes a difference. Like even if I read a book, it is written, okay, you have to speak smoothly, but you don't know how. So when we speak to you, you tell, okay, this is the smoothness, this is the correct articulation. So that's really helped me.
Yeah.
So this is
No, go ahead.
long journey. So still I have to make further development,
Mhm.
but I learned a very like really good tools to overcome this thing.
Yeah. And you told me, one of the things that you just mentioned is about your career development. You said you felt like this could be a barrier to your career development. And I believe you told me that one of your managers said, "Hey, this is something that could be a barrier, something that you need to work on." And I know that happens to a lot of people when management notices and says, you're smart, you know what you're talking about. Like, this is something that you have to work on. Uh, so tell me a little bit about that. Like, what was that experience like?
Actually, if your senior management is honest with you, and they like you to grow, so I normally take feedback from these people. I said, okay, how I'm going? Do you think that I need any improvement? So from the knowledge point of view, they were comfortable with me. I was giving a lot of knowledge feedbacks. They were happy. But the thing I asked, okay, do you think that any area I need to improve? So they told me about like presentation skills, speaking smoothly. This is the area you can develop for your personality development, especially for your career development. Because if you meet with the senior management, especially if you are talking to only junior management, okay, any communication can work, even if you speak fast or something. But with the senior management, the communication skill is very important, and they are very important for your career development. Look, if you look at your CEO of a bank or any senior management, even if you look at a leader of any nation, the thing you notice is a communication skill. So these communication skills are very important, not only for career but for personality development. If you are speaking to your family, if you are at a dinner, you are giving dinner speech. So these basically speaking skills or communication skill matter a lot for your career, for your personality, for your family, for everybody.
Yeah. One of the things that you'll recall is when we first started working together, you spoke really fast, right? Really.
Yes, yes.
And sometimes I couldn't understand exactly what you were saying, so I had to have you repeat. and and we can kind of laugh about it now, right? But
Yes.
I'm really, really proud of you. And I mean, I can see no one's speech is perfect. My speech is not perfect. I use filler words and ahs and ums sometimes. When I'm presenting, I generally don't use them, but we're in a conversation now. And one of the things that I notice now and that I've noticed the past couple of weeks is your articulation has drastically improved. You've slowed down, right? You're generally a faster speaker, but that's okay. I mean, that's your style, but you've slowed down a lot. You articulate, pause. And so I'm really, really proud of that. And I think you can see the results of the work that you've done because you had to do the work, right? I mean, you had to
Exactly.
focus on it. So that takes us into like this next part, which is let's talk about just a little bit. I mean, I don't want to give away all of our secrets, but let's just talk about some of the things you had to do because sometimes people think this is easy. What are some of the things you had to do on a regular basis, like your daily routine to help to get you to where you are now?
One thing, affirmation clauses. You have affirmative clauses. There are three or four clauses like people love speaking with me. I'm a great speaker. So that affirmative clauses are very important for you because that give you confidence that you are going to be a good speaker because now you start believing in yourself. and
Mhm.
you have to believe in yourself first. Second, your video, this PLP video is very nice, extending the words, and then taking pauses, all these things are very nice. The most important thing which I remember still is habit. Like everybody, every one of us knows about fear of public speaking.
Mhm.
Like even when you drive first time, you feel the fear,
Mhm.
but you overcome that fear by driving it, right? So seem like speaking, public speaking, everybody like is a general fear that they fear in front of a public because they are being judged. So you have to overcome, you have to create a habit to overcome this fear. You have to practice, you have to use these skills. If you do not change your habit, all your life you will remain in that fear. So the habit is very important. You have to cool down, and habit means you have to your habit should be like in a positive way. Like you have to learn these sessions, but learning these sessions not enough. You have to practice. You have to use in your work. When you create this habit, listening, practicing, and use, that is a change. Then you
Mhm.
will feel change in your life as well.
So you mentioned two things very important. Well, you mentioned a lot of things that are very important, but one has to do with changing your mindset and your beliefs through the affirmations. I mean, some people think, yeah, I do the affirmations and blah blah blah, and it doesn't work. But that's that's not all that you did. You did affirmations, and you listened, and you watched, and you practiced, and then you used it in your everyday. So we're going to briefly talk about those. The listening or the affirming. Is that something you did once a day, or did you do it multiple times a day?
I do multiple times a day.
Okay.
uh, because like if you are speaking in public or with anybody, the fear is like that you think about yourself.
Mm.
And when you have lot of affirmative clauses, and you every day do these affirmations, then definitely you will think confidence, you will feel confidence in you.
Mm.
You will say, okay, I'm a good speaker, people love speaking with me, I take my time while speaking. So that give you confidence.
Exactly.
So then you can focus on them, because then you know that you are a good speaker basically.
Yeah.
So then you will not think about yourself, so it will help basically. But if you come to the pressure environment, again you will think about yourself. But these clauses will like you said, auto mode will give you auto mode. You will switch to the public.
Exactly. Exactly. So the, saying the affirmations consistently every day helps to change your mindset, change your beliefs, gives you something to counter those negative thoughts and feelings, and where your focus shifts to being judged. It gives you something to counter. And then you start feeling more confident, which is a huge part, right, of
Yes, please.
speaking well and overcoming fear of public speaking. Okay. The second thing we talked about was this habit, like creating this new habit. And in my program, one of the things we do is modeling. Right. Modeling, along with a healthy dose of watching and listening to audios and videos, it's kind of reprograms you in a sense, right? And then you begin to repeat these things, but also modeling. And you practiced some of my presentations to help you physically change the way that you speak. So tell me just a little bit about the modeling.
Yes, modeling, especially the habit. I habit is like if you know that you have some deficiencies in you, and you do not like have habit to overcome this one, or you do not have habit to practice every day, then you will remain in that situation.
Mm.
It will not help you. So modeling, the special thing about your course is to model someone, is to come out of your world to some new one. You have to think, okay, you are Michael right now, or you are someone else.
Mm.
Like I model your videos. In those videos, basically when I was delivering speech, I was thinking I'm basically Michael, I'm not Shoaib. So that really helped me to present like you.
Mhm.
Like in my mode, maybe I feel shy, I feel less confidence, I will
Mm.
speak fast. But when I was modeling your speech, I was speaking like you. I was taking pause. I was slow. I was having confidence. I was having accuracy, authenticity. So because I was thinking I'm like you, like I'm acting, right? So being an actor, I was acting like Michael. So I was not thinking I was Shoaib. So that was really helping me.
Mm.
I'm still working on that because I think that if I model you number of time, I will get to that mode automatically in future.
That's
So that is really like helpful, especially
right.
modeling. I was modeling because you were telling me you have to slow down, you have to take pauses, you have to relax. But when I was modeling you, I was feeling that I was basically doing all those things which you are telling me.
Exactly. So a lot of people aren't really aware of the power of this strategy of modeling. It comes from, doesn't this come from this guy, but he's done a lot of work on it. Albert Bandura in
Okay.
social learning theory, in terms of imitating, observing, modeling someone else. And I learned this many, many years before I even heard about him. That's how I developed my speech, was modeling someone else. And you're right. What happens is after you do it for a while, it becomes automatic and you no longer have to model because it becomes a part of your own speaking style. And then you take it and you modify it and you make it the way you want it. But
Hmm.
it's extremely powerful. And it's really the fastest and easiest way to create a new speaking habit, right? I mean,
Yes, yes,
because
exactly.
you and I think we've only been working together. It'll almost be 8 weeks, less than 8 weeks.
Yeah,
If you're thinking about changing something that you've been doing for 20 years or more, a couple of months is nothing, right?
exactly, exactly. And the thing is, like, you have to practice. Like, if you tell me you have to model me, initially first time when I enrolled for this session, you tell me you have to model me. I was not aware about modeling. Even you told me, I was thinking even if I model you, what will happen? Nothing will happen. But literally when you practice this thing and
Practice,
you feel that change, then you think, okay, it's working.
right?
So you have to practice. This is the main thing.
Practice, practice. And so you would spend time, approximately how many hours a week do you think you spent practicing, which, including like really sitting down, watching the video, listening, learning, and practicing? How many hours a week do you think?
Actually, in a week, like on a daily basis, sometime 30 minutes, you can say, sometime 1 hours, sometime even one day, like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So it depends
Okay.
how much you need practice. But in a day, on an average, you can take at least 30 to 40 minutes. The person should practice.
Okay. And I recommend a bare minimum of 40 minutes, a bare minimum of 40
Yeah.
minutes. Sometimes you can get away with less. Better to
Hmm.
do something than nothing. If you can spend an hour, you're going to get there faster. But 40 minutes, 30 minutes, you can get away with that. Um, Good. So then I think the final thing that you mentioned was using it every day. And so you go into work and you have meetings and you talk to people. So tell us about how you're able to take what you were learning and practicing and actually use it, because that's a place where a lot of people fall short. They learn it, they practice it, but then they're afraid to actually try to use it because they don't feel like it's going to work or something. So tell us about how you overcame that.
About using what I practice is like when I am in office, when I speak to my colleagues, I think that I am doing modeling of Michael. I slow down, I use body language, like I'm acting. It's okay. Some initially you feel like you are acting, but after some time you will feel like you are Michael. You are speaking like a Michael, and you change the behavior of people. Like when I used to speak earlier, I used to speak very fast. But as soon as I think I have to model Michael, I have to think like a Michael. So I slow down my speech. I take pauses. Even slowing down at the initial part of your speech is very helpful. It cool you down. Like sometimes you see very like you get cold calls or immediate questions from your senior management if you are in a meeting. So best way is to take pause. take pause for 1 or 2 seconds and then start speaking. So I'm using these tactics and it's really helpful. Like my senior management asked me some question, I take pause, then I speak 1 or 2 sentences, then stop, then again. So it shows like you feel confidence in your speech, and especially the listening of ending of your words is very helpful. Like
Right.
when you're speaking, you have to listen the ending of your words. If you speak ending of your words, it automatically slow down your speech
Right.
and it gives you confidence.
Exactly. So you just highlighted a bunch of greats, like one of the specific techniques to help slow down and articulate better is to actually listen for the endings of your words while you're
Yeah,
speaking.
yeah,
Modeling, obviously, the more global technique. And you were able to take all of this and execute it, implement it at work under pressure in real life situations. And that's what makes it work. If you don't do that, then it really doesn't work, right?
yeah, yeah. And it is a long time process. It's not like I have like taken this 2 month session and I feel no, I don't need any further learning. Is not like this. It's a continuous process. So I will continue to watch your videos and I will continue to practice this all these things. So definitely, but from this session I learned a lot. I now know the tools of speaking. I know how to relax, how to cool down, all these things. So definitely it will help me.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, listen, that was wonderful. I want to once again thank you for being willing to take the time out to
Yeah.
do this video because there are people out there searching for fear of public speaking, smooth speaking, clear speaking, even stuttering. As you know, that's
Mm-hmm.
an area that I work in. And those people are going to watch you and they're going to listen to what you said because they will be able to identify with you. They'll be working in companies at various positions or whatever. And this is something that they've been struggling with, and maybe they've sought help in books and workshops and things. And they're going to be considering this program or programs that are similar to it. And so what you've done is said, hey, this is what I struggled with, and this approach really does work in real life. And it's not about just doing a couple of techniques. We're literally changing mindset, beliefs, and habits. So if you were going to leave people with something, with some feedback or some advice, what would you tell them, those of you watching that struggle with fear of public speaking, fast speaking? A lot of people speak fast. What would you
Yeah,
say?
I just want to tell them that fear is a very normal, and everybody face this fear is very normal. It's not like you are the only person who is feeling this fear, but the decision you have to make whether you want to live with this fear, you have to overcome this one. And by having these sessions with you, I learned the tools which you told me about. Practice, there are some practicing tool, recording your videos, all these things. So it really helps. So the message which I want to give is to overcome this fear as soon as possible, because it will affect your career, your personality, the life of your family and others related to your family. Because if you do not overcome this fear and you are like a career person and you want to develop your career, then it will become a barrier. Because even if you look at your senior management or your CEO or any leader which I told you, the only difference is speak, like the communication, the message they convey you. Like if you listen to Barack Obama, you what do you think about him? You only listen how he's delivering the speech, and from that skill you know that the person how capable it is, whether he has leadership skills, whether he can lead the nation or no, and all these things. So it happened like if I'm working in my organization, in my bank, the bank president or the bank CEO, my senior management, the only difference or the main difference is the communication skill, their leadership skill. And even in leadership skill, and even the to be very influential, the communication skills are very important. So the message is to is that is the fear is very normal. Like whatever you do first time in your life, like driving first time or whatever, paragliding first time, you feel fear.
Mm.
But by practicing, you can overcome it. And you have to learn the tools. That tools are really shortcut for your learning. And when you enter to these learning sessions, definitely you can overcome. And this is the
Thank you.
message. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you, Shoaib. Again, really appreciate your time, your willingness, your effort, and your insight. And so I want to thank all of you for watching this and hope to be working with you one day soon.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Michael, as well.